Alicia Randolph with Randolph Consulting Services. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Preparing Queens for a Royal Relationship. I had so much fun with you last webinar and really working through who we are, where we are with respect to relating to others and our values, and really looking at how we want to live and relate. How is that relationship statement coming for you? Feel free to connect on Facebook, send me a post. Definitely want to hear how things are going with you. Now, in this webinar, as a result of looking at or listening to the Good Men Answered, you asked, Good Men Answered second virtual summit from Suzette Viernans, A King, a Prince, and a Fool, what good men will tell you and bad men don't want you to know. Yes, okay, well, we've decided where we are, where as queens, princesses, or handmaidens, and we are queens. We may not be there quite yet, but that is what we are focused on, the queen in you. So let's look at what we as queens desire in our good guy for us. Not what everybody else wants, but what will really align with our lifestyles. And remember from the last video, we recognize that we have to be the queen first. But when you're a queen, you have your own kingdom. So how's your kingdom coming, ladies? We're walking in it, and I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Okay, so now let's think about what we desire. Specifically, most of us say, we want a good man. Yes, good man to love me. I'm right with you. I want that too. But the words, a good man to love me, is so abstract. A good man could come in any form. Be rich. A good man could be very frugal and not have much because he's more community focused. Be one who goes out and mentors other young people. A good man could be one who develops organizations and corporations and spends most of his time at the office building something so that people have jobs. A good man could be a professor in a school that teaches other children. A good man could be so many different things. So, what is the right good man for you? And we have to think about in our lives a relationship of purpose. Not just, I want to swoon, and yes, that's lovely. Definitely want to swoon and have all those good feelings. But when we come together, we'll realize that even our being together has purpose in the world, in the earth. We're not just together to have a house and be happy in our own four walls. It's being who we've been created so that we can be a blessing to others. So you have to know what you want before the relationship starts. That's why we're doing this now. What is it I truly desire? It's time to decide. And in this webinar, or Webshop is what I call it, I'm not looking at the shallow places. That's for you to decide. I'm looking past height, all of the things that make us not recognize good men. Now, you have your preferences. Are your preferences keeping you from connecting with someone of real purpose and who really would be a great match for you? Well, I've had to start thinking in that way. For example, for me, I'm 5'4", and that's flat-footed. I always love looking up into a man's eyes. Now, one of my girlfriends that's like 5'6", 5'7", says, Alicia, you're short. Can you reserve a few tall men for us tall women? But hey, I get it. So now I'm not so much on the 6'2", although if it happens, I'm not complaining. I'm just not shrinking my my sample, my pool of available men. I'm looking across and not letting height necessarily be the only determining factor as to whether this person is right for me or not. So that means now we have to really ask ourselves the hard questions. What about my preferences is me and my ego? And what about my preferences are something I truly cannot live with? For example, I truly cannot live with a drug addict. That's not happening. No. I truly, and if I'm a queen, I'm not going to bring destruction to my kingdom, to my physical self, to my mental self, to my body, or to people around me, because I have the mindset of a queen. So that's not happening. That wasn't ever happening. That wasn't ever part of my list, just so you know. What is it you appreciate in a partner? Now, that's a little different. And what would cause you to just write off somebody? It's just done, not happening. For me, drugs is that. Manipulative man, that would be a write-off. It's an unkindness, that would be. It is not my place to try to change someone else. But they're really good, Alicia. I hear you. They're really a good guy. They just need somebody to have patience with them and show them the right way. Okay, princess. Okay, handmaiden. That's what I call letting God do his work. If that man is for me, then God already knows that I'm a queen. I'm a queen having a kingdom for a king who has his kingdom. Do you expect the relationship to be all your life? I mean, when I was growing up, I thought, I'm going to meet this man and we're going to go and do everything together and it's going to be beautiful. He's going to say, honey, what do you want to do? And I'll be like, oh, I don't know. What do you want to do? No, he's not a cat or a pet or fish. He's an individual, and the key has purpose. You have to think about, how do you want your lifestyle to be? When you say you want someone who travels, be specific. Is that someone who flies all over the world with you? Are you willing to do that? Do you fly? What does that look like? Are you willing to take weeks at a time and live in another country? We have to know that, because if a man doesn't want to do that, then we're going to frustrate him and he's going to frustrate us. So it's time to get real clear on what we desire. How emotionally mature are we, and how emotionally mature should he be? What does that look like? Emotional maturity. If you hear that your friend now, or the man that you're in a relationship with, is out to lunch with a woman, do you automatically get upset and have to ask him, where have you been? How does that look? What about financially? On You Ask Good Men Answer, they talked about a woman of character, a woman who's not afraid to go to lunch, pay for her lunch, or pay the tip, or at least offer it. Now, especially when I have no expectations, if we decide to meet somewhere and go out, I'm fully ready to pay mine. Because I'm just seeing who you are, you're seeing who I am. I'm not going to spend hours there. I'm going to get a chance to chat with you and you with me, and that's it. And I can handle a cup of hot chocolate. Don't drink coffee. I can handle that. That's no problem for me. So, ladies, where are we? What do we really want? How do we want that conversation to go? Can we talk about anything? If we are dating someone in a different nationality, can we talk about race? Can we talk about your history and your legacy and his history and legacy and where that puts you at a juncture? Can we have those conversations? Because that's going to be whether you really can coexist in harmony or not. So look at the workout for this web shop. The second work handout, set of handouts with questions and areas to really look at. What do I truly desire? Truly, not what I think I ought to, or what the mothers at church said I should, or what my girlfriend said, oh girl, no. Based on what I value and my lifestyle and what is authentically me, not the me that's trying to change to what he wants. Be you and figure out who the you is, how you want to relate and what you desire in your living your life. That's why we had to do the first works, knowing who we were at the beginning. So when we get to this point, now we know how we want for someone to exist with us. Queens for our king, not just any king, the right one for you. I'm excited. Share what you come up with and be the queen, lady. Be the queen. Talk to you soon. Love ya. Bye.